Someone said let's pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up bobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. But for now, I'm loco. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more.
Yes, my peoples. You know we're back over here again, man. Come on, man. You know me, man. Consistent. Always keeping you up to the latest, yeah? Every time there's something going on, I show up and let you lot know what's happening. Yeah? Trust me. But yeah, man, let's get into it, man. A lot to chat about, man. Let me move this thing up. Why has it got me down like that? Theatre of dreams. Damn. A lot to chat about, man. Laurie Whitwell's come out, obviously, today. He started reasoning. He started talking. He's letting us know what's going on. What's the latest bombers. Obviously, we're hearing about gyokeres, Sesko, strikers, blah, blah, blah. So obviously, we've got next man now that's been brought up in it. Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins among centre forwards considered at Man United if Rasmus Hojlund leaves. Full focus on Bryan Mbeumo deal, then outgoings, but work in the background on other targets in case of sales. So Ollie Watkins is a target for Man United now. If Hojlund leaves. Obviously, Hojlund, remember, there's little chats about loans and whatnot. I ain't really seen no one say they're going to come out and pay the money, but we only want him to go for the money. We don't want nothing to do with him with no loan or nothing. He's on a small wage. We're not going to save any money by loaning him. Hojlund, just cut the losses, call it a day. So he basically just says, yo, Ollie Watkins is on Man United's list of potential centre-forward recruits in the event that Rasmus Hojlund leaves the club. There has been contact between United and Aston Villa through agents to explore the prospect of a deal. So that's a big one. That's a big one. Ollie Watkins is a big one, so because it's like Arsenal had him as a backup. He was like the third on their list. If it's not Sesko, it's gyokeres, then it's Watkins. Now we've got him as on our list now. And at the end of last season, Man United and Aston Villa discussed the possibility of Watkins being involved in a potential move for Marcus Rashford. But Marcus Rashford only wants to go Barca. So he's not hearing nothing. Rashford don't want to stay at Villa. That was a little, I'll chill there for a little bit, but I want to go to Barcelona at the end of it. So that was the situation with Rashi. Yeah, it's just gone mad. But what do you lot think about Ollie Watkins, man? Let me know what you lot think, man. I think he'll be all right. He'll do a job. He's Prem proven. If anything, he ain't scored loads of goals, but he's all right. Do you get it? Like, he will do enough. Sometimes he does miss some easy chances. I see him miss 2 easy chances against Arsenal, but like I said, he will do the job in it. He's just one of them. It's not really like a signing that anyone will get excited about. It's a bit of an underwhelming signing, but it's better than Hojlund. He's Prem proven. I don't know if it will be like a cheap one though. Is it going to be a cheap one? English? Is it going to be like a 30, 40 mil? Just get him for now because I think he's like 29, going 30. So it's not no project thing. Maybe just get him in for 2-3 years and then move him on or whatever. I don't know. I can't see what's going to happen. But yeah, Ollie Watkins is part of basically he's in that list now. Do you understand? Because it was just, remember, every day man's coming in, man's talking about Ekitike. Earlier on, there was links about Ekitike. Then it was gyokeres. Now Ollie Watkins is coming out. And this is from Laurie Whitwell, who is very certified. Especially for Man United news, he don't miss. He's part of the Athletic, which is David Ornstein's team. So you know he's on a different team. So yeah, man. So Watkins has come out and basically said, yo, it's come out that he's another target. There's some more news on Watkins. It's basically that Ruben Amorim would like a reunion with Victor Gyokeres. He wants Gyokeres. But his priority is Arsenal. Everyone already knows that. We already know that his priority is Arsenal. So Osimhen's wages are viewed as too high. And Frankfurt's 85 million for Ekitike is beyond United's current means. Nkunku has come up in discussions between Chelsea and United, who are also in touch with Alejandro Garnacho. So Nkunku's a target as well, but we saw a report earlier that he's more of a backup option. He's like last resort, we'll go for him. He's not nothing serious, nothing special. But these are Ollie Watkins' stats for Villa. He's got 127 goals in 223 appearances across all competitions. He's their all-time goal scorer for Villa. So 75 goals in 184 games. 15 goals first Villa player to score 15 plus goals in 3 straight Premier League seasons. A great model of consistency for the last few years. And then when you look at this thing, you look at what Ineos is kind of doing. They're going for, it's like they're looking at the stats and saying, yo, who's doing this thing now? Because look at that. That's the leading goal scorer last season. And you've got Mbeumo there with 20 goals. You've got Watkins there with 16. And you've got Cunha there with 15. Do you understand? And look at in between them, all them goals, not even that much penalties. Do you understand? That's like what? What's that there? That's like over 40-something goals. And there's like only like 7 penalties scored. So that's just showing if he scores goals, isn't it? But I don't know, man. I don't think this is like this is a signing that will make man jump and get excited. But he can do a job and he'll be better than Hojlund. That's it. Like I'll stand by that. But I don't think he's gonna be the one to get us over the next level. And yeah, I don't really rate Watkins like that. But I'll take him all day, especially with Cunha and Mbeumo behind him. I'm with it. So yeah, this is the situation, man. It's just a mad one, man. Obviously, Gyokeres, we still got to wait for him as well to see what happens with him in Arsenal. Arsenal might go for Sesko, but Ruben Amorim wants Gyokeres. It seems like United want Gyokeres, but it's like they don't want to wait too long because say it goes all mad and we wait forever, Gyokeres goes to Arsenal and then we're just sitting there with no one. So we're letting it be known. We want Watkins as well. He's on that list. But all these other guys are high. Look, Osimhen, that's my favourite out of the list. If I wanted us to get someone, I would want us to get Osimhen. But his wages are viewed as too high. And Frankfurt's 85 million price tag is crazy. Ekitike ain't even had a wonderful season over there. He's just done all right. He hasn't even had a wonderful season, like a 20-goal season. He probably scored about, I don't even know how much he scored, but nothing special. So, and they want 85 million for him. 1 minute is 85, 1 minute is 63. So when every time we was linked to Ekitike, I was telling you, every time, I don't think this is true. We're not going to go for Ekitike. He's too pricey and he hasn't shined crazy over there. He hasn't gone mad. See how Gyokeres is in the Portuguese league and he scored 63 goals in the whole year. That's going mad in your place where you are, and we might be able to bring you here. If you're not getting mad in your little league, there's no way we're going to bring you here and then think, yeah. So I knew the Ekitike one was gas anyway, but Osimhen's a joke to him. And I said this about Osimhen as well. He's this Saudi. He said no to Saudi. If you say no to Saudi, what can anyone give you in Europe? I don't know what, like, because their thing is mad. They give out the maddest wages and they got and they do it tax-free. So this is the situation, man. So Watkins is a proper target. Laurie Whitwell certified, and he's just basically said, yo, Watkins is a target for Man United. And when you look at the sheets as well, it all like how they keep getting players with like a lot of good stats. I don't know what's going on there. They're pre-ing the data as well and saying, yo, he scores goals. He's not going to be that much. He'll be like a 30, 40 mil, maybe even less. Who knows? 29. Let's just go for him. You know what I'm saying? And remember, they're not in Champions League. They only got Europa. So Watkins will probably be down for a move as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this one, man. It's definitely an interesting one. I still think we're waiting for Gyokeres, but we're not going to wait for too long. And if Hojlund goes, I think we might wait, give it like a 2 weeks. Gyokeres still moving mad or Arsenal still ain't made a decision, we'll just bounce and go for Watkins, literally. So that's the situation with Watkins. This is who we're linked with now. 127 goals in 223 games. That's not too bad. He's Prem proven. You understand? Like he scores 15 goals for 3 seasons in a row, like in the Prem as well. So he's not the worst, isn't it? He's got some good stats. And like I said, Laurie Whitwell is the one that brought the news, and he is reliable for Man United news, proper. And he's basically just saying if Hojlund leaves, which is very likely because we want him gone, if Hojlund leaves, we might go for Watkins because Gyokeres is on a jolting. Osimhen's wages are too high. Ekitike, 85 million. He hasn't really done much to prove that. It's not happening. But right this second, the full focus is on Bryan Mbeumo and then outgoings. So right this second, nothing ain't happening right this second because we have to wrap up Mbeumo and then sell some players. And like he's saying there, if Hojlund goes, then bam. And we spoke to Villa about a swap deal. So we spoke to Villa at the end of the season. Yo, you got Rashford over there. Do you want to swap and send Watkins the other way? We can make it happen. And Rashford said, I want to go to Barcelona. That's my dream move. he's on to Barca. You understand? So Rashford basically done us for this one. I wouldn't have minded took him for him to be there now that we got Mbeumo and Cunha. If he just came by himself, I don't think any Man United fan is jumping up like, yes, you get it. But him as a striker, I wouldn't mind that. Anyone is better than Hojlund, 100%. anyone right now. And he's Prem proven. It's not even that bad. It's not like getting in. People are saying getting Jonathan David and all these guys. Mo, I don't want to get in no project strikers no more, man. Not saying that he wouldn't be a project, but he's 29. He's Prem proven. He's got 15 goals in his last 3 seasons for Aston Villa in the Prem. Come on. It's better than nothing, man. Big up, bro. Watkins is a million times better than Hojlund. 100%, man. Man United just said the same thing, literally. 100%. And this is the stats. And this is what I'm saying. It's like Ineos, they're looking at their data. They're doing some Brighton thing, but they're doing it in the Prem. You see how Brighton, they do data and then get players from abroad, little gems and that. They're doing it in the Prem. Look at that. That's the leading goal scorer last season. How it ended. Mbeumo, Cunha, Watkins. Look at all 3 of them. It's like they're trying to do this. Let's get the goals. Yeah. These men are certified with goals. Let's get the goals. We're not on this joke thing. And like it says on this list, we want gyokeres, but he wants Arsenal. So we can't hang around forever. We'll end up missing the whole target. Remember, August the 17th, the season starts. At least they've got Havertz. I think Jesus might be back for them as well. So they could start without a striker and still have an advantage over us. We can't go into that game with Hojlund up front. It can't happen. So we keep saying we want a permanent sell for Hojlund, and Hojlund and everyone else is saying, Inter Milan is saying, we just want to loan. We only want to loan him. No one wants to buy Hojlund. This is what's killing us. This could be another York signing. He has similar stats at Villa, and he was 27 when he signed him. Similar age still. RSV, love for that. I just learned something new today. You learn something new every day. I didn't even know that he come at them ages. Love for that still. But yeah, bro, I'll take him, innit? I'll take him. But like I said, if it was just Watkins by himself, he was our first signing, you'll be underwhelmed. Like, what are we doing? But now I understand, innit? The market's going left. Look at this list. Ruben Amorim would want Gyokeres, but his priority is Arsenal. Osman's wages are too high. Ekitike's 85 million. And then Nkunku's like, that's a more Garnacho type of swap deal or something. But forget about that for now. But if you look at them 3 there, and they're like the main strikers on the market right now, come on, man. It's a bit techie, innit? So I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to say, yo, we want goals. Let's look at the data. Who scores goals? We'll get 2 10s in Cunha and Mbeumo and get Watkins. But like I said, they got to sell Hojlund first. So Hojlund cannot be here. Hojlund's got to go, and then we'll replace him. I'll take Watkins, innit? Like, I'm with it. He had a good season. Yeah, that's cool. Only downside is his age, but I think we could get 3-4 seasons. Yeah, we could probably get a 2-3, and then a proper striker comes out, and then we go and invest. That's what I'm saying. It has to be low. It can't be no 50 millions and that. No way. It has to be like a 35s, 40 max. Get him in, he's Prem proven, and let's do our thing. That's what it has to be. It can't be no 50, 60s Man United tax. No way. So, yeah, man, I'll definitely go for him, man. Like, we cannot stay with Hojlund. Let's see what I go on with. This is Mbeumo news. This is the latest on him. It's basically Man United's full focus at the moment is agreeing a deal with Brentford for Mbeumo. And then after that, we need to free up some funds to be able to buy a striker, etc. So that's the situation with Mbeumo. The Brentford sporting director basically come out, done a little interview for the BBC or Sky, I think it was. He has his own ideas about the direction he wants to take in his career. He has every right to do so. We are in constant dialogue with him and his representations about this. As things stand, we do not have an agreement in place for him to leave. It's not impossible that he still be a Brentford player next season. It has to be the right deal for Brentford. If it isn't, why would we agree to it? So basically what he's saying is, he just basically saying normal PR, basically. Like, listen, we talk to him all the time. He's willing to stay at the club because he hasn't come out and said he wants to leave. So they still got a bit of leverage. So he's basically just letting us know, like, yo, he's willing to stay at the club. He could stay. Obviously, if we get an agreement, then we'll let him go. But for right this second, he's willing to stay. So it's cool. So he's just basically doing the PR thing, what he should say, really. Things are happening in the background, of course. We're probably going to get him, God willing. And then, yeah, that's it. Dean Jones Soccer come out with the maddest breaking news I've ever seen in my life. This breaking news that Dean Jones Soccer just came out with was crazy. I couldn't believe it when I heard it. Man United's aim has been to tie up a deal for Bryan Mbeumo by Friday. Oh my God. Breaking news. We've been hearing this the whole week that we want to get him in. We're talking on Sunday. Everyone is talking about it. And this geezer saying it's breaking news, like it's something special. Silly guy. But yeah, man, that's the only things with Mbeumo right now. Only one striker is not good enough. You reckon, Prenzo? With Xerxes, it's not too bad though. That's what I'm saying. If we get a proper striker with Xerxes, we got 1 game a week, you know. We don't need 2-3 strikers like we got Champions League. We've only got 1 game a week. Bring on Xerxes on the 70th minute. If things ain't working, that's a new dilemma. That's a plan B. I reckon that's all right. And then last resort, you can go for Cheeto. If it's like a, you know what I'm saying? That's what I reckon. If you get 3 strikers, remember, that's what Chelsea are doing, but they've got Champions League and all of these things. They've got a lot of competitions. People might get injured, etc. So I don't know. But I reckon 1 striker should be enough with Xerxes for now. And then next year, hopefully we're in Europe, then we can maybe start, you know, going for it. The only major worry is Mbeumo and Dalot won't be a few weeks next January due to AFCON. Exactly. Yeah, I think it's December to January, isn't it? Is it December to January? So that's where it is. Mbeumo, Diallo, Onana, and there's one more player. Mazraoui won't be here. That's 4 players. So, but remember, Diallo, if he's playing right wing back, which I think is his best position, we can have Dalot for that. Dalot can come in and do a shift for a month, no problem. Mbeumo is a bit techie, but this is where Mason Mount, Mainu step up now. And that's what I keep saying about Mason Mount. This is his season. He has to turn up this season or we have to get rid of him. All this like honeymoon period we've been allowing him, he's getting injured, feel sorry for him. It's been like 2 years now, mate. So this has to be your season. You won the Champions League in this system. Make it happen, Mason Mount. AFCON is from December 21st to January 18th. Yeah, we have City and at the Etihad in between. Yeah, but remember, they would have lost a few players as well, wouldn't it? Ait Nouri Algerian or something. Or does he play for Port? Who does Ait Nouri play for? I swear they would have lost Ait Nouri anyway. Algerian, I swear he is. But yeah, I know. It's a loss anyway. Mamouche plays for Egypt. So Mamouche, Ait Nouri, who else? I'm sure they got a few players there. Turkey plays for France, isn't it? But yeah, it is where it is, isn't it? We got to be ready for it. And I'm sure we know what we're doing. Like I said, if Mbeumo comes out of the 10, Mount, this is your time to come in, or Mainu, and do something for a month. So I know what you're saying, 100%. And I don't like the way they move and the way they move with AFCON. Like, why are you doing it like that? Why don't you give it its own time? Like you're giving the Club World Cup and the Nation League and all that. You got international break and all these things. Nothing happens. But AFCON, it's like you don't respect it and you're just like, we're still going to play on. Like, it's disrespect, man. It should have its own little time for it. Big games they miss also. Newcastle, Leeds, City. Yeah, mad. Mbeumo, you know. No Leeds. Oh, Leeds away. I was about to say Leeds ain't thing. Leeds away. Ooh, that's a big game. But like I said to you, look, man, we got 1 game a week. So we need the squad to turn up. So if Mbeumo's gone, Mason Mount, Mainu, whoever's going to come in that 10 position, turn up. You understand? There's no pressure. There's no Thursday, Sunday no more. Like was doing Europa, Prem. No, we got 1 game a week. So you're fit and ready to come in. So come on, man. We should do this. But 100% though, that is a worry about AFCON. But it is where it is. It's part of the game. They don't respect AFCON, which is a joke. They need to give it its own time. You give Club World Cup and Nations League. What the fuck is Nation League? You give that its own little time, but you don't want to give AFCON its own little... It's a joke thing. Because it gets extremely hot during the summer and the players won't be able to survive. That's why AFCON takes place every December and January. Okay. I don't know, man. I know it gets hot over there, 100%. I've heard that before, but it's still like, it's mad though, isn't it? Like, you'll have fans now that will be saying, I don't want him to go AFCON. You get it? Like, wow, that's a big tournament in Africa. So for them, it's like they want to go, but you got fans wishing that their players don't go. It's like, it's crazy, isn't it, when you think about it? But I hear you, though. Love for that RSV. Learn something new every day. Also, let's hope for no injuries, as then Arsenal, 24th of January. Okay, madness. So this is what I'm saying. It's going to be techie, man. And look, Arsenal, they've got rid of all their players. They had Thomas Partey, and he's gone. They ain't got no more African players. So they're going to be ready for us. Is Rashford staying? He's waiting for Barcelona. I'll go back to the first document. It's basically just saying, look, we're in for Watkins. We're fully in for him. Laurie Whitwell's come out. He's so reliable for Man United news. And he basically said that he's on the list as the strikers. And Marcus Rashford, his desire to join Barcelona is put an end to a swap deal. We wanted to do a swap deal at the end of the season for Watkins and Rashford. We spoke about it. Let's do a swap deal. And basically, Rashford said, I want to join Barcelona. I don't want to stay here. So they've let him go. That's what's happened. So Rashford is twerking for Barca. He only wants to go to Barca. He's let it known 50 times. He's gone on a Spanish podcaster. Oh, Lamine Yamal, you want to play with the best? And yeah, Barcelona, we'll see what happens. And Barca have told him, we'll come for you, but you got to wait to the end of the window. Basically, like, we're going to do our business and then we'll come for you in the end. They might not even come for him. This is what I'm saying. And they're only talking about a loan anyway. So I don't know what's going on with Rashford, but he only wants Barca. So that might mess him up in the end where he's stuck with us, or I don't know. It's a crazy one. But yeah, so that's the situation. That's the situation with Mbeumo. Literally just nothing it really changed. But as soon as we wrap up Mbeumo, straight away, we can go and sell. We have to sell. Literally have to sell. I'll get into the next one, which is Garnacho and then Nkunku, which is, we've been hearing about this a little bit, you know. We keep hearing about this little swap deals, etc. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start backwards. So I'm going to start to the right, yeah, where it says transfer sector. Because if you look at the date, that was last week on the 23rd. And it basically said Chelsea and Man United are weighing up a possibility of trying to send Nkunku and Garnacho opposite ways. And that's from Matt Law, who is very reliable for Chelsea news. He's like their main journalist. And that was like last week. And we're like, whatever, man. And then obviously today, Rob Dawson in the middle, he came out today and said, Man United have been offered Nkunku, who is desperate to leave Chelsea, but he's very much considered a backup option. We're not really rating him. We don't really want him, but we'll take him, but we're not really prioritizing him. Like, it is what it is. And then just now, Laurie Whitwell, who is so reliable for Man United news, he said Chelsea are in touch with Man United regarding Garnacho. There have also been discussions about Nkunku. Remember, Fabrizio came out last night as well and said that Chelsea want another forward. They're not done. They signed Delap, signed Joe Pedro, and they signed Gittins, and they still want another forward. I don't know what they're planning for, bruv. Seriously. But they've got like 4 players in every position. Like, there's no way there's going to be happy players at the end of the season. So they're planning for another forward anyway. So Chelsea are in touch with Garnacho, are in touch with Man United over Garnacho. And I told you lot already today. Today is the last day for PSR. Aston Villa just have to sell their women's team to themselves, basically. What Chelsea done before, Aston Villa just done that to dodge PSR. Tomorrow, it's a fresh year. So all the signings tomorrow are going to be going crazy. Oh, they're linked to this one. They're linked to this one. It's going to go mad. So that's what's going on. So Aston Villa are in for Garnacho. We've known that already when he done the shirt thing. Chelsea are in for Garnacho. And we've known this since January. But they've gone for other players. But they're still talking to Garnacho. I don't know why. I don't know how much players they need. I don't know what tournaments they're planning for, because they got Champions League. That's another tournament. That's it. But you've got so much players on the left, right, and striker that they just keep buying and buying and buying. So yeah, it's certified. It's been confirmed by Laurie Whitwell. They're in for Garnacho. Nkunku, I would not take him. I ain't seen this balloon celebration for about 6 months, mate. And they've been playing the Conference League. I don't know what he's been up to. So yeah, man. I wouldn't take Nkunku, man. Like, he just looks lazy. I don't think he will press what we want to do. And like Rob Dawson said, he's desperate to leave. He's being offered to us, but he's very much considered a backup option. Last result, we'll go for Nkunku. He'll probably be cheap because Chelsea want to get him off the books. That's it. It's not going to be a thing where we want him, he's our first. No, we don't want him. It's just like, he's there, all right, we'll take him. He's in the Premier, whatever. But I ain't seen this guy score in ages, but he wants to get out of there. Remember, they just bought Delap. They got Jackson. They got Joao Pedro now. And they got, who else have they got? They got that Guri guy as well. They got Guri, that Guri striker. So they got 5 strikers in all, including him. So it's crazy. And he only came off the bench yesterday or whenever they played Benfica to score because Jackson's on suspended for red cards. So he's not getting no play over there. It's crazy. And Mbeumo, here we go tomorrow. Hopefully, bro. Hopefully tonight. Do you understand? Hopefully, man. Hopefully. We got Rasmus Hojlund. Remember, let me go back to the first document for you lot, which states that Rasmus Hojlund leaves. Look at the first 2 lines of the first document. Ollie Watkins among CF, which is centre forward, considered at Man United if Rasmus Hojlund leaves. So nothing ain't happening with Ollie Watkins unless Rasmus Hojlund leaves. Yeah. So now let me get into Rasmus Hojlund. And Laurie Whitwell basically just said clubs are in contact with Manchester United to sign Rasmus Hojlund. Inter Milan return a firm interest, and United would prefer a sell. We've already said, Fabrice already came out and said, Inter Milan want a loan, but we were saying permanent only. His wages are so small. If we loan him, it doesn't make no sense. Let's just imagine he's on 30k. What is the point of us paying 15k? That's not going to do nothing for us. We want the money for him. Give us the 30 million or whatever. See you later. We could do something with that 30 million now. So we don't want no loan for him. So we keep saying we only want to sell him permanently. So we might have to accept something lower than his book value. His book value is 45 million. If we get anything under that, we take a loss on PSR. But we're saying we want to get rid of this geezer so bad that we might have to just accept something lower than his book value. That's how much we just want to get rid of him. No loan, trial and error, go abroad, come back. No, just leave. You know what I'm saying? They've given up already. Like, it's not going to happen. And then it just says United did have Watkins in mind as an alternative to Hojlund in 2023, but their manager Ten Hag and recruitment staff pressed ahead. This is the old regime when they fucked up, when they bought 72 million for this geezer. When they could have went to and bought Watkins, it would have probably been like 50 million by then. And it just shows, isn't it? It's idiots. And then obviously Fabrizio's just come out and just said Aston Villa confirmed they're not activating the 40 million buy option for Rashi. Rashi returns to Man United. It's 40 million. We're not going to get this 40 million, by the way. We're not going to get it because it's already known we don't want him to play. He doesn't even get on the bench. So whoever's going to come is going to come with some, listen, you don't want him to go, here's a 30 or something. So we're not going to get that. But he only wants Barcelona. So even so, if someone comes in with a bid right now for 40 million, we would say, yeah, accepted. But he would turn around and go, I'm waiting for Barca because that's his dream move. So we're still kind of stuck still. It's a mad one. UK is boiling now. Africa has been boiling since December until now. Oh, swear down, Prenzo. Yeah, UK is mad right now. It's 30 degrees, bro. I got the fan going mad in the background. I don't know if you lot can hear it, but I have to close the windows because of the noise. It's like 34 degrees right now in the UK. It's mental. Our midfielders need to step up. Ugarte, Maino, Collier. Yeah, that's midfielders. And I feel like we want someone else. I'm going to show you something anyway. Something came out earlier about Wharton and who's the other geezer? Ederson. I'm going to show you that as well. I showed it to the earlier stream. I'll show you. But yeah, more news anyway. Let's get into one more of these things. Just come across your channel. Big up GGMU. Glory, Man United. Sandy, love, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Make sure you like and subscribe, man. Man United, thank you, man. You're always pulling in for me, man. Like and subscribe. We do this every day for you lot, man. 3 times a day we're coming in, giving you lot the latest United news. Every day. We don't miss a thing. So yeah, man, here we go. We had this earlier about Ivan Toney. For those that didn't see, basically, team talks come out and said Ratcliffe may urge United to pull out of the Mbeumo deal with Brentford's demand seen as excessive. And then according to a Spanish outlet, the club has moved quickly towards a move for basically Ivan Toney, 30 million. And I was like, what? I was a bit skeptical because I said, look at the first paragraph. It seems like he's kind of guessing. He's saying Ratcliffe may urge United to pull out of, what do you mean he may urge? How are they urging or not? Like, what are you talking about? It sounded like an opinion. So I was already skeptical, like, oh, I don't know. But cool. And then it come out from another thing called Sportsmo, basically saying the same thing. Man United have reportedly made an offer for Al Hilal, centre forward. But then I went on the Al Hilal actual fan page and it basically looked Al Hilal Central and it says, despite circling reports, Manchester United have not submitted any official or preliminary offer for Al Hilal striker Ivan Toney, but it doesn't say who the journalist is. So that could be them just guessing because it's the fan page. It doesn't say at. See how that one, the first one says at Team Talk. It's telling us who it's from. This one doesn't tell us who it's from. So I don't know if it's true or not. It doesn't tell us who the journalist is, but they're just saying that it's not true. And yeah, Laurie Whitwell just come out and he said it's Watkins that we're looking at if it ain't gyokeres, etc. So maybe it's not true. I was in London a few months ago, stayed in New Cross and ran into a couple of Saeed's mates. Yeah, London's like that, man. London's big, but it's small, man. Trust me. London's big, but it's small. Like, everyone runs into everyone. It's one of them things, like, It's crazy. But yeah, that's the thing with Ivan Toney. I would have loved to have Ivan Toney. I'll be real. He's sick. He's cold. I don't know why he went to Saudi, but obviously he went and got his little bag. Good on him. But you've got your bag now. You can come back. You see him, Duran. Duran's linked with Fenerbahce. Duran left last season. Did he leave in January, I think? I think Duran left in January, didn't he? He left in January, I swear he did. Or was it last season? But anyway, he's gone there. Now he's coming back. He's going Fenerbahce to link up with Jose Mourinho. And they're offering him a good P over there as well. So I would love for Toney to come back, but it don't look like we're really linked to him. These are the only reports. Like I said, I don't know who the last journalist is, but they basically shut it down. More news. Jonny Evans has been appointed as the head of loans and pathways, confirming the end of his career. Remember, he's retired now. Oh, we got the freedom fighter. Fuck, I can't even give this guy his own page no more. See how before I give him his own page? I can't give him his own page because he's got no news. Nothing ain't changing. That he needs to just get in the more news, like just get slotted in there. Jadon Sancho is still of interest of Juventus, but his wage demands remain a concern. It's an obstacle. Every single time you talk about the freedom fighter, his wage demands always ends up just something happening. But Man United may basically put him on loan, but he's got 1 year left on his contract. So if we loan him out for 1 year, what's going to happen then? We're going to have to trigger that extendo. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, at the moment, there isn't much competition, but Juventus need to free up space in the squad. And I showed you that report yesterday that they're basically talking about selling a geezer called Nico Gonzalez. They've got to sell Nico Gonzalez first, and then they're going to have space for Sancho. And this is what we're waiting on, basically. We've got to wait on teams to sell their players that have salary money just so that they can go for Sancho. Because Sancho doesn't want to drop his wage. And this is what's going on. It's crazy. So I'll show you that now. This was yesterday, the situation. Just go to the middle one. And it will basically say, look, Juventus wants to sell Nico Gonzalez. Salary saved from the sell go towards Sancho. That's the situation with the freedom fighter. Napoli and Fenerbahce dropped out the race. They can't be bothered no more. Juventus is the only team involved. They've got an advantage because it's only them. So it's crazy, man. This geezer is just annoying. He doesn't want to leave. Everyone that's interested, he always just plays games. He just wants his money. He doesn't want to go World Cup next year. He just wants his money. So that's the situation with the freedom fighter. And then we got obviously this Fofana kid that played against us when we played in Europa. He's very lively and he's fast. All he's doing is wearing a Rashford top. A lot of people are going crazy about it. Oh my God, he's wearing a Rashford top. Obviously, Lyon has been relegated to League Two. So a lot of people are saying all their players are going to get snapped up. I don't think there's anything in this. I just thought I'll show you that anyway. But yeah, I'll move on to the next one. This is the midfield options I was talking about. Someone said, oh, we need some midfielders. This is what it was basically earlier on. We're linked with Wharton now. Adam Wharton from Crystal Palace. Basically, it says, if Man United can boost their budget with their incoming transfer fees, there might be some headroom to move for a midfielder like Atlanta's Ederson or Crystal Palace's Adam Wharton. Both of them are very good players. Adam Wharton, I like him, but I think he's going to be like an 80 million minimum. Ederson's looking at 50 to 60 million euros. So that's like a 50 million. And we're more linked with Ederson. The middle one, the middle documents is Fabrizio saying Man United have discussed Ederson during a meeting with club directors and Ruben Amorim. United made contact with the players' camp a few months ago to show their interest. He's seen as one of the ideal midfield candidates. Last summer, Man United offered 50 million euros, 60 million euros is what basically Atlanta wants. That's the situation with Ederson. So, but there's links there. That's what I'm trying to say. So this is no smoke without fire. Look at the date at the bottom. Fabrizio said that last week on the 24th, the middle article. Alfredo said that yesterday, and he's reliable for Italian news. And then you had Rob Dawson, who's kind of reliable, and he came out today and said, look, this is who they're looking at. So the Ederson links are there. It's growing. It could be a thing that we get a verbal agreement, and then we come back from after we've sold. And that's what Rob Dawson's saying as well. Once we've got some budget from these transfer fees, we can go in for these players. So Ederson's big on there. Yeah, man. So that's really what's happened today. The big news is obviously about Watkins. We don't know what's going to happen with that. We have to sell Hojlund first. It's going to be interesting to see. I will take Watkins, me personally. And this is what Ineos are doing. Like, when you look at this article here, you can see, look at this list of the top scorers. And you got Watkins, Cunha, and Mbeumo. So you can see what they're on. They're not on this games thing. They're doing their data, how they need to do their data and saying, listen, let's go and just get players that's going to score goals. And look at all of them. It says how much penalties they've scored in their thing as well. Cunha's got no penalties. Watkins has got 2. So 14 goals in open play. Mbeumo 5. So 15 goals in open play. That's impressive. So it seems like they know what they're doing. Ollie Watkins got 127 goals and assists in 223 games across all competitions. He's their all-time Premier League top goal scorer with 75 goals. And he's the first ever Villa player to score 15 goals plus in 3 straight seasons in the Premier League. No Villa player has done that. So I would take him. What do you lot think? Would you lot take him at Man United? Obviously, here Laurie Whitwell talks about the other strikers that we're linked with. Obviously, you can tell we got admirations to go bigger, innit? Amrin wants Gyokeres, but his priority is Arsenal. So are we going to sit down and wait forever? It don't seem like we are. And then you've got Osimhen. So look, just them 2 names are showing what we're on. We want these big players, but Osimhen's wages are crazy. He's turning down Saudi Arabia. He's turning down deals from Saudi. So no one knows what the skeezer wants a week, sorry. And Saudi's tax-free. So if Osimhen's wages are too crazy, Ekitike's 85 million, and he's not even had like a wonderful season where he scored 20 goals in the Bundesliga. He's just been all right, literally. And they want 85 million. That's crazy. That's Hojlund prices. And it's a project. You'll buy him. It's a project. It has to work. We can't do project no more, mate. We need to get a striker that's going to work now. And that's what I think they've realized. That's why they're looking at the data now and saying, look, we need goals, mate. We need 2 10s. We go for Cunha. We go for Mbeumo. Look at them on the sting. And then we get a striker. And Ollie Watkins is in there. I don't think anyone else, apart from probably Wissa, we could even get on this list. Maybe Chris Wood as well. But, yeah. So that's what's going on. That's the situation with Nkunku and Garnacho. I don't know if anything's going to actually come from this. We've been linked to them for a minute now. From last week, Matt Law was talking about it. Obviously, he's been discussed, but he's at the end of the list. No one really wants Nkunku. He's not like, yeah, we want Nkunku, Chelsea selling, let's go for him. It's not Cole Palmer. It's not one of their best players. They don't even want him over there. He don't start. He's not even second to come off the bench as a striker. It's usually Jackson that starts. The lap comes off the bench. Jackson's got a red card, so he came off the bench their last game and scored in extra time. Literally. Extra time as well. It's like they didn't even trust him in the game. This is what I'm saying. So he's been spoken about, but I think it's like last resort. Like if we really, really, really can't get someone, we might just loan him or something. I don't even think we'll buy him. That's how it really is. He's too similar to Xerxes. He likes to come close. He's not a proper number 9 where you could put the ball in the box and he's going to get his feet to it. He's a man. He comes to the ball, etc. So I can't see that run happening, man. I mean, we're already about to get 2 10s that can play striker themselves. Cunha can play striker and Mbeumo can play striker. Why would we need another guy that can do that? It doesn't really make sense. But Chelsea want Garnacho, so we'll see what we can get out of that. Remember, anything for Garnacho is pure profit as well. So if we sell Garnacho for, say, 40 million or 50, say 40 million, we can spend 120 now in this thing. We could just go buy a striker straight away. Remember, everything's in installments anyway. So if we got 120 to spend, we can go and buy a striker for 60 million, for example, and we give them 20 million this year, 20 million the next year. So PSR will only have us down on the 20 million for this year. So that's why a lot of people are selling their academy players. Cole Palmer, Man City will sell him and then they'll get, you get it? That's how it goes. Chelsea, they sold Gallagher. They want to sell Chalobah now. They always want to sell their academy players. This is why. So that's the situation with Garnacho and Mbeumo. Same things really. Nothing it really changed. He's our priority. As soon as we basically sign Mbeumo, it's been said 100 times anyway, but we need to sell and then we're going to have funds and then we can move on. So we can't go for no striker yet anyway, like I said. And this is why he says it here. He says, if Rasmus Hojlund leaves, then we will go for, we could go for Watkins. He's down that list because Gyokeres has taken too long. If Gyokeres was to turn around now and it was all sorted, we will just go for Gyokeres and then it is what it is. But Hojlund has to go first. We're trying to get rid of Hojlund. Rashford goes, same thing. We could just go for someone straight away. But Rashford is waiting for Barca. Barca are saying, we'll come for you in the end. We're not rushing basically. And they only want a loan as well. Like, they're taking the piss. They said they have got no money for him to buy him. We said we want 40 mil. They said they got no money to buy him. And then 2 minutes later, they said, we'll pay your release clause to Nico Williams, which is 58 million euros. So they're not really taking him serious. So so that's the situation. Hojlund goes, we can go for Watkins. Mbeumo, should be getting wrapped up. We had breaking news today that we're trying to wrap him up before Friday. I think everybody knows that we're trying to wrap him up as quick as possible. The Brentford sporting director is basically just saying, listen, just PR stuff, basically. Like, yeah, mate, he could stay. If it don't happen, he's happy here, blah, blah, blah. But we all know where his preference is. If there's no agreement in place, so blah, blah, blah. So nothing really serious. And then Laurie Whitwell just said the same thing. We need to sell to buy, blah. Hojlund, Inter Milan want him. We might have to take a loss because we want to sell him permanently. Inter Milan are asking for a loan. We're saying no loans. We ain't got time for no loans. We don't need to pay £15,000 or something. There's no point. The wages are too low already. So we want you to just go, literally. So who would you say you want then? Who would you say you want with two strikers? Because I think we've got Xerxes and we've got one game a week. I don't think we need two strikers. You think we need two strikers? Because think about it. Why would we need two strikers with one game a week? I don't think it's needed. Obviously, injuries can happen, etc. I hear that. But I think that's a Chelsea thing, man. That's like teams that are going to the Club World Cup and Champions League, they're trying to get a big squad. When you're not in the Champions League, you can't really have a big squad because it'll make people unhappy. If we get another striker, what's going to happen with Xerxes then? How much time is he going to play? Remember, we're playing with one striker and two 10s. What? We're going to get that one striker. Let's just say we get Watkins, for example, and gyokeres. Let's just say this, hypothetically. Say we get Watkins and gyokeres. Gyokeres plays for 70 minutes. Then Watkins comes. Xerxes sitting on the bench doing nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like we got Champions League on Thursday and then, Wednesday, and then there's literally we got one game a week. So I think two strikers is enough. And then last result, we don't even want to get there, but Obi can be, all right, one person's injured, all right, you get on the bench. Do you know what I'm saying? But like I've said to you, look, we want a permanent transfer. We're not on this loan thing. We want him gone. We prefer a sell. United would prefer a sell. Although there's appreciation internally, they might have to accept a lower than a book value. So they're saying we'll take the L. Really, we have to get 45 million so that we can have it as profit on the PSR. But they're saying we'll rather take the L that we might have to accept lower. As long as he goes, forget the loan, just get rid of him. And we shouldn't even bought him. But you can see the old regime in 2023 went for him when they could have went for Watkins. They were thinking about Watkins, but they went for him. This is Ten Hag and Woodward and John Murtough and our old regime that were doing some crazy transfers. Onana, Anthony, this is that regime. And obviously Rashford stays, 40 million. We've heard this about 50 times this transfer window as well. So yeah, man, Teddy, who would you want as the two strikers? And do you get what I'm saying about Xerxes? If we had three strikers, it'll be a bit messy, innit? You know what I mean? People will be unhappy. The Skis is always playing FIFA, always. Tem is getting funny. And yeah, obviously, boom, this came out earlier about Ivan Toney. It's all early news. Basically, that we're in for Ivan Toney. He's 30 million euros. That's cheap. But Al Hilal has come out, or Al Hilal Central has come out and basically said that's not true. But they haven't added the journalist that said that's not true. So I don't know if they're just guessing or they're plugged in themselves, I don't know. But they're saying that's a myth. So that's the situation with Ivan Toney. Jonny Evans he retired and he's got a little job now at Man United. He's basically dealing with the head of loans and pathways, confirming the end of his playing career. Freedom fighter Sancho. Every single time I talk about this guy, it always starts positive. There's interest from a club, and then it always ends the wage bill. Wage. No one wants his wage. And this is what's going on. His wage demands are too crazy that no one can pay it. So Juventus are trying to sell someone now to literally get him. And then Fofana is basically wearing a Rashford top. A lot of Man United fans are going crazy over it. What does this mean? I think it don't mean anything. Everyone's doing it. Do you know what I'm saying? Xerxes ain't a striker, really, in my opinion. I hear that. But I'm saying they've already made it clear. They've basically said it that they want to sell Hojlund and keep Xerxes. So for now, we've got to just think about him as being a striker and another source because they don't want to get rid of him. In a year or two, they might say, Xerxes, you're not really what we want, boom. Or we just drop you down to the 10s and he's like a backup to Mbeumo and Cunha. But right this second, I don't think we're going to go for two strikers. But we can't even afford one. We can't even afford one striker right now. I can't see us going for two. We need to sell. So I'm just trying to show you, Rogue One. So yeah, that's the freedom fighter basically. His wage demands are too crazy. They've got to buy it. They've got to sell this Nico Gonzalez geezer. The middle document, it says it. Juventus want to sell Nico Gonzalez, save the salary, and then that sell will go towards Sancho. So that's what we're waiting on. Them to sell a geezer for it to go to Sancho, basically. Like, that's how much this guy's asking for, that they got to sell someone just to pay him his wage. His wage is always an obstacle. That's the situation with Sancho. And then we've just got this that came out earlier about Ederson and Adam Wharton. Adam Wharton, I would love for him to come to Man United. Ederson, I would love for him to come to Man United. They're both ballers. They're both good at what they do. Midfield, certified. And yeah, basically Ederson's been linked a bit more times, though. If you look at this came out today from Rob Dawson, but a week before, Fabrizio in the middle basically just spoke about it and said Ederson will be seen as a perfect midfield candidate, basically. He's been saying that a few times now. And Alfredo, who's good for Italian news, came out, obviously Atlanta's in Italy, so he's come out and basically said, yeah, last summer we offered 50 million euros, but 60 million. Do you understand? That's what they want, is 60 million. But that was last summer. We don't know what they're going to want this summer. They might want more, they might want less. His contract might be running, I don't know. But we're very much linked with him. Rod Dawson, he's reliable. Fabrizio, you lot already know. And Alfredo is good for Italian news. So that's 3 good sources basically telling us we're linked with Ederson, and Adam Wharton's in there. But Adam Wharton's going to cost the arm and a leg. I personally go for Belieber over Ederson. I think everyone in this chat will go for Belieber, but I think it's the money. Do you get it? The money will be too crazy. Brighton don't play. They sold Caicedo for 115, was it? 115 or 112 or something? Belieber will go for that same amount of price. That's what was getting quoted earlier in the window. Apparently City wanted Belieber. They were saying he has to go for 110 and all of that. So I can't see us doing that. Remember, what's his name? Sir Jim. His first ever interviews, he come out and saying, we wouldn't spend money on a Bellingham. We will buy and make the next Bellingham. So Sir Jim, that's why we're kind of buying these little gems. Like, he's trying to buy them young and players in their prime. That's what it seems like. Anyone in their prime will bring them. And for superstars, we want them young, like gems, give them a couple of years to grow. That's what it seems like. But we bought 2 gems. I got that in my last stream earlier on. So we've agreed deals with 2 gems. We ain't bought them because we already had them, but they were meant to leave. When they're young, they can leave, innit? They don't get a scholarship until they're like 17, a proper academy one. So yeah, that's the situation. So I don't think we'll go for Belieber. I would love for us to go for Belieber. Belieber next to Bruno, lovely. But being realistic, and we haven't had no links. No one's been linked to Belieber this whole summer because they know how much it's going to cost. And that's what's happening now. It's like he's so good for his own good that he's stuck there now. He might want a big move somewhere, but he won't be able to go nowhere. Do you understand? Like and subscribe, my people, man. We do this every day, man. Appreciate you lot, man. Make sure you subscribe, man, and you like up the place. But yeah, that's the situation, man. That's all of it more or less rounded up. Hopefully we go for Ollie Watkins, man. I would take him. If Gyokeres acts up, Osimhen, we can't get it because of the wage. Ollie Watkins, you can come true, bro. And like you've seen his stats, he was top scorer last year. He's been top scorer for Villa from the beginning. And yeah, he's in this list basically. We're finished. Ivan, we saying you're not rating him. You're not rating Ollie Watkins now. Who are you rating then? I'm terrified of this midfield. Yeah. He doesn't cover ground well and isn't positioned. Yes, RSV, I'm with you. I second you to that one still. That's the only thing with Bruno. He just gets a bit chaotic where he wants to get involved too much. And he will leave whoever's there by themselves on an island. This is why I'm saying Casemiro can't play no more. Because if he's going to come with his system, he'll be leaving Casemiro there to dry. So I know exactly what you're saying, bro. We need someone that will sit there and he can put the legwork in as well. So if Bruno goes and does all of that 8 stuff and he's running up and down, you know Bruno, 1 minute he's here, then he's on a wing, then he's with the keeper, he's everywhere. So I know exactly what you're saying. It is a bit scary still, but it's crazy, man. I want to know what Ivan's talking about. What do you mean we're finished? Please tell me. What are you scared about, man? How are we finished? What? You're not rating up Watkins? And if you read this one perfectly, he basically just says, we want better players. We want Gyokeres, but his priority is Arsenal. So we can't wait forever. Do you understand? We can sit down and wait forever, and then the window is about to close, and he either goes to Arsenal or he doesn't, and then we got to be, you know what I'm saying? So we said, listen, or maybe we're putting this as a smoke screen. We're putting this out there so Sporting think, yeah, they've got someone else that they're in for. So that Sporting, when we do, it does get to that, they could just come down with their price or something. It could be one or the other, man. I don't know. But Osimhen, so you can tell we want Osimhen. We want one of the victors, basically. We want Victor Gyokeres or Osimhen, but there's an obstacle in both of them. Gyokeres wants Arsenal because we didn't get in the Champions League, and Osimhen's wages are crazy, and that geezer turned down Saudi money. If you turning down Saudi money, I don't know what you want, mate. You must want £1 million a week or something. So not one club in the Prem is linked to Osimhen. I haven't even seen Barcelona and all of that. No club is linked to him because these wages are so high that it's like everyone just said, yep, there's no point. This guy's going to make us go broke. So that's the situation. Osimhen, Gyokeres wants Arsenal. We got to wait to see what happens. Hopefully they go for Sesko ASAP. And Ekatike, 85 million. This geezer hasn't had the maddest season in the world. He just had a good, it's all right. His season's been okay. It's not nothing crazy. And they want 85 million. We're not going to pay that. That's what we've done with Hojlund. And look how it turned down. It's the same age as well. It's a project. So yeah, man. Love for that, man. Love for everyone that's been in the chat. I'm going to be back on later, man. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button. We'll be back on. And we're going to do this. You know this. All the Man United news for you lot all the time. I'll see you lot all in a bit. Have a good evening.
Got some celebs, pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They gon' be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now. For now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm all